Welcome to Marketing with Confidence. I'm your host, Marianne Amies. We're going to be talking all things digital and online marketing for business owners and marketing professionals. If you've been feeling overwhelmed by your digital marketing, be sure to listen along and you'll hear tips, interviews and more that will give you the confidence to create marketing you love. Hi, and welcome back to the podcast. Thanks for giving me your time today. I'm here today to talk to you about who should manage your social media or digital marketing. I often get asked about who the best person is to manage social media and digital marketing for businesses at all levels. And the answer that I'm going to go through today is it really depends on your stage of business. There's so much hype about outsourcing everything you can to free you up to do what you're best at, your zone of genius. And I absolutely, as I've said before on this podcast, am a huge believer in outsourcing and a huge believer in focusing on your zone of genius. But I also balance that with my huge love of profitability. It might be because of my early beginnings as an accountant. It might be the impact that books like Profit First had on me. But I believe that all your decisions in what comes next in your business should be with a profitability hat on. It's easy and wonderful to outsource everything to experts and, really start to plan for results. But you need to sort of have budgeted 6 months, 6 months of investment with, say, flat return, dollar to dollar, maybe breaking even until you might get momentum and really see things take off. And, often with smaller businesses over the years, I've seen just when we're about to hit the point where you can start to see things gaining momentum in the market, unfortunately, the money to invest runs out and the sort of profitability hit that investment has had is no longer sustainable. So today I'm going to talk about 3 different scenarios of who can manage your social media and your digital marketing and really give insight into how at different stages of business, you're going to be able to explore different options of outsourcing models or insourcing models. So for many business owners, when we start out, we're generally DIYing. We're doing everything ourselves. And in my episode a few weeks ago about when to stop DIYing your marketing, I talked about, that point where you're better used in other areas of the business. And so assuming now you've come to the point where you realize that you need to stop DIYing your marketing, what's the best first step? So if you're a small business with that has a model that has a relatively small turnover or a seasonal turnover, I feel the best place to start is to work with a freelance social media manager. This is especially great if you have a bricks and mortar business. If you are more of, a personal brand and you're wanting to show your face more, or, you have a professional services business and you want to capture some real-time content. Great thing about freelance social media managers is they can often travel and come to you. So they are more likely to be able to come and create content side by side with you, sort of coming out to you once a week or once a fortnight, capturing that video content, making new imagery, and then being able to pull that together and create a really thriving social media community for your business and your brand where you have high quality content. You, the business owner or, faces of the business are really present in the social media. And also that social media manager is able to respond to comments, manage your inbox, engage with other accounts, engage with other, complementary businesses online to grow stronger awareness. The other option to a freelance social media manager could be getting a marketing student, hiring a marketing student or hiring a recent market grad. I often hear clients sort of say, I'm going to get a student. I'm going to get a student to manage my digital marketing. And I think, at this level I'm talking at, and students and freelance social media marketers, I don't necessarily think they all, and again, generalization, you really need to talk to the person and get a feel for their experience. The strategy piece may not be there. So to work with a freelancer or to, and I'm talking more a junior freelancer, or to work with a student, you might need to see somebody else about getting a strategy put together that then can be managed. So obviously having a student or your own in-house resource has its benefits because, you don't have to be available every, Wednesday for 2 hours. They're there with you. They're capturing bits and pieces all the time. That in-house resource at that student level can help you with things like pulling together emails, can help you with social media posting, and can help you with creating video and image content for your business as well. So really at that first toe in the water of outsourcing and looking at who can manage your digital marketing, the more junior freelance social media manager or student in-house is going to give you the opportunity to let go of your socials and even to some degree let go of your emails. And really in the execution, you would still need to drive the strategy. You would still need to have a plan and have them deliver to that plan. Definitely want to make sure you have your tone of voice document in place. Definitely want to have your brand messaging and your brand identity signed off. Absolutely, please never outsource your social media or digital marketing if you're not working with people that understand brand messaging and brand identity, and if they don't understand it, you have done the work somewhere else and delivered it to them. I, have spoke often about how we need to value our social media presence like we would value putting a newspaper ad in, or, putting an ad on the television all those years ago. The amount of conversation and strategy, the layers of sign off that would go into that was huge because we all knew it was a massive brand impact. Whereas with our social media, we often trust people, find the lowest cost support we can and trust that those people will be the champions and guardians of our brand. And, what we put up does matter. And both that brand message and that brand identity piece, it's a massive lost opportunity if somebody takes over your social media, poorly designs graphics that aren't on brand and starts posting them. You're going to lose the memorability of your brand. You're going to lose brand quality, trust, and credibility. So, there's definitely those foundational work that you need to be doing before you outsource. And I'll also just say on that freelance social media marketer / student area, actually finding somebody who has either, experience in marketing, has studied marketing, has been engrossed in the space. I don't believe that a pure administrator is the right person to manage your social media or digital marketing. If you create everything and then you give the administrator the job of compiling and adding into a scheduler, that's absolutely fine. But I certainly wouldn't be trusting the pure administrator to be able to create the assets, write the copy, get the hashtags right, pull together an email that suits my ideal client. They're more marketing functions. And I guess there's a marketing mindset that needs to go along with that. So I would say my first step into, who could manage my marketing is exploring at this level. As your business begins to grow more, or if you are someone that doesn't want to let go of the socials, it's something you enjoy and you put a lot of yourself into it. Again, as I just mentioned, you can always outsource the mechanics of it. So the scheduling, the uploading, possibly, getting the images into the right format if you're selecting them from a library that you have, producing the reel if you've got the concept and some imagery for that. So that you're letting go of that day-to-day mechanics building. The second person or the second area for, who can manage your marketing is where I would say specialist support. So as I mentioned before, at the introduction level of social media manager or student, I don't believe you can get the specialist support or the strategic support that you might need. And so I see this area as where you want to get serious about your social media ads, or you want to use Google ads and really make paid search a priority. Specialist support is really about not outsourcing everything, but starting to introduce some supported services that are aligned with your marketing goals or your business goals for the period ahead. So you may keep in place your freelance social media manager or your student looking after the day-to-day running of your social media. Or as I mentioned, you might be hanging on to that part because it's an area you're really comfortable or you're really passionate about, or working with admin support, you've got a good flow going. Specialist areas like ads, they require a level of expertise and understanding that a social media manager may not have, and a student most certainly does not have. Ads is a very complex, ever-evolving area. I've been running Facebook and Google ads probably for about 8 years now, maybe even more. I was definitely, it would be more towards 10 if I think about it, because I was really on the tools when Facebook brought out ads for the first time, and I was sort of looking at Google ads before then as well. But even in my decade of running ads, the amount of changes that have happened, and now, in the last 3 years, the amount of changes that have happened are huge. Within our business, we have sort of 2 people that sit across ads, one for strategy and one for execution, because ads are so complex. And I admit that I know how to do a lot of things in there, but I certainly don't know as much as I used to, because if you're not in it 24/7, you are not an expert. And so specialist ad support, if you're looking at how can I grow outside of social media, or how can I maximize my social media, or how can I bypass social media in the organic sense and get direct to my ideal client, you've got your social ads and your Google ads. And that is areas where if you're not getting specialist support, I can guarantee you are wasting your ad spend. I know within our ad agency, we often tell clients the difference between working with us and not working with us is probably, a $1 result for us versus a $2 result for you. We can generally halve the cost per result that our clients get when they're DIYing, just based on our expertise. And that's going to be the best ad specialists you work with. So working with specialists in that area is something I highly recommend rather than DIYing. There's also a time where you're going to hit the need for a web specialist. So if you've built your own Shopify site or your own Wix site, and if you've spoken to me before, you'll know that I'm not a massive fan of Wix. It's a very hard platform to have a consistent looking website on. And I know because I've been in it and I've built in there for clients. But, if you've built a Wix website to get started, and I will say it's a great place to get started. You might now be looking for a more effective web platform. You're going to need to find specialist support for that. And of course, another specialist area is strategy, as I mentioned before. So if you're working with a freelancer or a student, you may need to work with a specialist every 6 months to kind of get your strategy done and to revisit it, to analyze what's happened, and then to re-strategize based on both market changes and changes to your ideal client. And then the third option for who should manage your social media, your digital marketing, is when you're ready to work with an agency. Working with an agency, I believe, works best when you are ready to give over your social media management, your paid ads management, your day-to-day website support, or, website maintenance and website optimization. So it's sort of a full service almost experience. And the reason that I believe it makes sense to wait until you can fund that investment and you can sort of carry that investment profitably is that an agency should become your outsourced marketing partner. And that word partner is so important. You want to be working so close with that agency that they're an extension of your own business. Essentially, you may end up paying this agency, let's say, $4,000 to $6,000 per month, for example. But what you're getting as a salary stack is, if you try to hire those skill sets in-house, it's probably about $200K to $300K worth of salary that you would have to have in-house that you're getting for about $60K worth of annual investment. And, what you're looking for when you're at that stage to work with an agency is you're looking for maximizing of organic social media management so that your paid social media ads have the best platform to convert on, that when someone sees an ad and they go to your social media, they have the same experience. You're looking for Google ads that go to a fantastic landing page or to a fully optimized e-com, product page or shop page where people, it's easy for them to check out. There's high credibility, there's high trust. When all the elements of your marketing strategy work together, and sing, it's a beautiful optimized engine. You want that partner to understand email marketing, automations, nurture series, the biggest strategy of where your business is going, the brand messaging, the brand identity. You want this partner to be touching base with you all the time. You want to not only be able to check in, throughout the month, but you want monthly reporting, and you want a partner that takes the time to walk you through that monthly reporting, explain to you what it means, explain to you what they're doing in response to what they've seen. So, coming to that point in your business, obviously, they're at a revenue stage. You need to be at a point where you've already established a great base revenue, and now you're looking to really grow it, scale it, optimize it, make sure that the dollars you're investing in your ads, so not just the fees that you're paying for people to manage the elements of your marketing, but also the ad spend you have as well, that you're maximizing that, and the return on investment is the best it can be and is always being improved. And if there is stagnating, there's proactive strategies in place to combat that, rather than it's you that has to bring it up and then somebody goes and has a look and makes changes. So stepping to that, that agency model is where, as opposed to working with lots of different specialists, which can be quite time consuming for you as well, managing and also the inconsistency. I think if you're working with an ad specialist and a social media manager independent of each other, I think if then you're looking to sort of formalize stronger email or formalize stronger web or go into Google ads as well as social ads, coming into one place that can, that has the right people on hand that can manage that for you, also gives you an amazing consistency across all of your marketing, which is going to, number one, be less time consuming for you, but number two, ensure all your marketing talks to each other and your brand message and your brand strategy is really consistent, which is going to help you track towards your goals. So I hope that this has helped give you some food for thought about who should be managing your social media. It's such an important part of our marketing today. I mean, pretty much all of our marketing today is digital marketing for most businesses, and getting it right, trusting the right people at the right time is critical. Often we can meet the right people, but we're not ready. And I think it's really important to have an honest conversation with anyone you're going to work with to make sure you're ready for both the financial investment, for what they need from you to have a successful outcome, and also, mindset as well, that you're ready to let go, that you're ready to lean into expert advice. So whether that's sort of a freelancer, a specialist, or an agency, really what you're looking for is a partnership where you're going to be heard, where you're going to have, intelligent, critical conversations, and you're going to be able to work side by side in partnership to really build your business whilst letting go of the day-to-day of your digital marketing. I hope this has been some really good food for thought. It's a question I get asked all the time. So I really wanted to come on here and explore it with you. As always, I encourage you to reach out to me via Instagram or LinkedIn. Let me know questions you might have, share your experiences. Let me know if I missed a really obvious sort of person that can manage as well. And I look really forward to hearing your feedback. And until next time, take care. Hey, thanks for listening to another episode. If you don't want to miss one, make sure you subscribe to the show in your podcast app. And if you love it, be sure to share it with friends and colleagues who you think could benefit from increasing their digital marketing confidence. Want more? Head to maryanneamies.com to find out how you can work with me directly, to reach out to have me speak at your event, or to grab yourself some free resources.